Welcome to JTB Extra. I'm Sandra Younger. I will be your host for this show where everything is all about string material, cord knotting, braiding, moose knots, multi-strands, you name it. If it's done with stringy material, then this is the show that you want to watch. The project today is going to be pretty simple. I've had questions over the years, I've had customers say, I make one side, then the other, and then something goes wrong, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think I have the answers. And yes, you saw that right. Today is going to be a double feature. We are going to be making this bracelet right here as well. Super quick and easy. I could not believe how easy this was. I actually found the project on the the Leather Cord USA website, and I had seen it years ago, and I thought, wow, that looks really hard. But I decided to try it out. I put my own little twist on it, and it was just so quick and easy. And look how cool that is. And I haven't gone and looked at my cheat sheet because I just wanted to make sure if it was all that easy, then I should remember how I did it. So that is one thing I'm just going to I'm not going to look at my cheat notes. If you've never been on this show, I want to welcome you. You can ask questions, leave comments down below. And you can click on any of the items to your right. If you're watching on a computer, you can get a more in-depth description of the product, and you can buy it. Also, what else did I want to say? I guess that's it. Now we just have the products. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I just want you guys to know that this is a pre-recorded show, but I am down in the comments. So any questions that you guys will have, I will be answering down in the comments. Anyway, here are the products that are on today's show. All right, so here are the products that are on today's show. And of course, we always have our very first beautiful and awesome Knotty-Do-It-All. And this tool, okay, you get the board, it comes with your hardware, you get an instructional DVD and an ebook, but let me tell you, there are so many lessons. You get a password. There are tons of lessons online. If you go to the JTB Extra tab on my homepage, you'll find tons of lessons. I think there are over 50 different projects on there. And this board is also available in our travel size. So whether you get the big one or the small one, you get your hardware. And a couple of features of the board, especially the big one, you get the wells, you get, it's just a really fantastic way to hold your beads and your findings and things like that. And it also has the bead and ring size chart, and which comes in really, really handy. But if you're wondering well, what kind of jewelry can I make with these boards? Well, let me show you. There are so many different lessons. This is just a small little fraction of the different things that I teach. Ladder bracelets are super quick and easy on the board because when you're working, it's elevated. You can get your hands underneath tension. It keeps tension on the board, and it also keeps track of your measure while you're working. And another really interesting thing that I teach is the multi-strand. That is the backbone of a lot of the different techniques that I teach. But what's so cool about this is that this is actually one continuous strand as opposed to 3 separate strands that you kind of have to find a way to get put together. Because normally, when you're working with several strands, you need end caps, and that becomes an exponential problem because you need different size end caps for different size leather, and it just gets out of control. But doing a multi-strand on the with the Knotty-Do-It-All, you can make it as many strands, wraps as you want, and you just finish them with the coil knots. And this is and these are some variations. I mean, that's basically what you get. You can make tassels, necklaces. I mean, and it's just the list goes on. And I just have so many different projects, and everything is just so much easier when you with this tool. It's just unbelievable. So if you don't have one, then grab one, because I think it will change your life. And it's mostly, I think 99% of everything I do with these tools is with stringing material. I mean, there are occasionally some other things that I do with wire, but mostly stringing material. So big board, little board. Anyway, the next product is this leather that I will be using on today's projects for both of the necklace that I'm making and the really cool bonus bracelet. This leather is 2 millimeters thick. Each spool has 10 meters, and you get natural gray, antique brown, and black. And I like this leather very much. It's very supple, it's soft, it's beautiful. It's very nice. I really enjoyed working with it. And then next are these fold over crimps. I will find a use for these someday. I think that maybe if I put knots on the end, I think that would like hold up really, really well. So these are just real quick and easy. If you've got some kind of like project you need, like you need it done fast, then these are the way to go. Plus, I mean, they're economical in terms of time and money. So just if you need something quick and easy, then the fold over is the way to go. And then next we have these are large hole double spacer beads. You get 3 styles. One of them has like a plant pattern. The other one like a stripy pattern, and the last one there on the far right is smaller, and it has 2 holes. And I know that the leather did fit through all the holes, so I think they're about the smallest size hole is about 2.5 millimeters. And let's see, next we have, these are the beads I'll be using in the necklace project. And this in carnelian, unakite, and mookaite. Mookaite is a type of jasper because I looked it up because I like to know, the different just generally about these different kinds of beads. And I think it was the unakite that no, was it that one? No, the mookaite. It says that one of the properties it's supposed to help in like decision making. So any of you out there that have trouble like making decisions, then mookaite might just help out. So those are all the products on today's show. And if you don't have one of these guys, then grab one because they are honestly so much fun. You can do so many different styles, designs, and definitely check out on my homepage the JTB Extra a tab because I've got lots of just tons of lessons there. So anyway, those are the products that are on today's show. All right, so now that you know what's available, you can grab them. Okay, so let's get started with today's project. Okay. I know a lot of you, know how to do this, but there are a couple of tips that I have. They're the 2 things that will change the length of them. I mean, the first one being when you make your moose knot, make sure that your pin and your clip are that they don't move. So, because I know sometimes, the clips I know will move and, because the holes get a little bit big over time. But one thing that you can do is you can put like some thread in there and then just get it in there really nice and tight. And whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So if this even moves a little bit, then it's going to throw the measurement off. So let's say you make one and then this thing moves. It's good. And it's crazy how just a little smidgen of a movement will completely throw it off. It's crazy, but that definitely is a problem. And hopefully I'll have luck today during the show because I was trying to pay attention when I made this one, and for some reason it just kept coming out like a 1/2 inch too long. And guys, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. So hopefully they should be spot on, perfect this time. And the other thing that makes a huge difference is if you do not, on the ends, if you use 2 different diameter parts, because I knew that when I put this clasp with this ring on, that this part here is thicker than this one here. So when I tighten the knot, this loop is will be bigger, that means this part will be a little bit shorter to accommodate for the thickness here. So those are probably the 2 things that that will make a difference. When I do this one today, I'm not going to put a clasp, although I really want to, but I just want to be able to demonstrate how they'll be perfectly even on both sides if all things are all the end parts are the same size. And I think I'll, not that I'll like do it for this show, but I'll probably end up making it like adjustable since it's going to have 2 rings on the end. So I'm going to borrow this pendant because I did this one with beading wire, and no matter how, see, I wanted it to be nice and tight like that so that, the pendant didn't like hang like that because I don't like that. I thought I could get it nice and like tight like this, but no matter how hard I pulled on the wire to tighten it, I just couldn't like get it to like tighten. But I was able to do it with leather, so I just switched out the stringing material. And the good thing is that these beads have large holes, so the leather fit right through. But I'm gonna like show you like a couple of tips and tricks on how to get it tight, because when I first did it, it wasn't so tight, but then I got it like with my little trick. So let's do this end first. And I'm going to be using, oh my goodness, what color leather should I use this time? I think I'll use the gray one just to change things up a bit. Or should I use the brown one? No, I'll use the gray one because I need some leather left over for this project here. Okay, so I have my pin and my clip, and then I'm going to get a ring. This nice, they have to be the same. So let me grab 4 rings that are exactly the same. And it doesn't matter like which rings you use as long as your leather will fit. And since this is a 2-millimeter leather, when you need to measure about 5.5 inches over for your moose knot, because you need stringing material for the knot itself, and then you need a little bit of leverage to like help tighten it. So I'm going to give this a nice little squeeze. And when you do the first one, it doesn't have to be like as precise as when you do the one on the other side. So I know a lot of you know the moose knot, so I'm going to do it for those of you that have never seen it done. So I just have my cord. I have both of them. I put both sides in the back, and with the shorter one, I'm going to use one of my pegs to wrap it. I think I'll wrap once, twice. And one thing that you should know about leather is that, the thickness, even though if it says like it's 2-millimeter, it could like vary. And for some reason, my fingers feel like this one is a little bit thicker than the one, than the black. But I'll see in just a minute. Because let me see if the beads will fit on. That's really important. I should have checked that first. Oh, uh-oh. Ah, well, I should have checked. Let me see this one. I could just like start over. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to the black because this one is a little bit thick. I mean, that's normal with leather. So let me put that one aside. I'll save that one for the other project. So let me do my moose knot. You get to see me do the moose knot again. Okay, so 5.5. I mean, that's pretty like standard with leather. And that honestly I mean, it's interesting that happened, because that is what like drove me to come up with an alternative way to work with leather, is that because of that the tolerance and the thickness of leather, sometimes the end cap wouldn't fit when it should have. And I just figured if there's a way that I could make a knot as opposed to having to use an end cap, then I couldn't use any thickness of leather. So let's get this one on here. And I mean, but that's pretty like normal for leather to, for the thickness to actually vary, but not a big deal. So I'm going to get this side. I'm going to come over here and tighten it nice and tight. Okay, I'm going to just make sure. Then I'm going to push it all the way up. Okay, it's nice and tight. And the for the measurement for the necklace, I mean, I didn't put too much thought into it. I thought 18 inches, 6, 6, 6. So 6 inches of leather and then 6 inches in the middle. If you want to do 21, you could 7, 7, 7. But if you want to like vary the sizes, I mean, that is if you want to make the front shorter. But I just decided just to like make it like easy, like so that way I really didn't have to like think about much. So what I do here is I'm going to measure did I, let me see, let me make sure I did, okay, these are, wait, did I do 5, 5, and 5? Okay, I did 5, 5, 5. Okay, so you could do it like 15. So just to get a rough idea of the amount of leather you need for the next part, you'll need your 5 inches, and then like 5.5 for the the moose knot and the leverage that you're going to need for the other side. So this side's going to be a little bit different because you are going to need. Okay, this is, and I'm going to explain another thing that I get a lot of questions on. Let me just trim this off because I don't need that. Okay, so I'm going to put a pin and a clip an inch apart, which is right there. When you come to measure the other side, okay, when I say precision, this is the trick. You want to put a peg in there, put the ring in, and then like measure over to 4. Because with the moose knot, and I've gotten so many questions about this because I don't even know how to explain it. Because when you do the moose knot, I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to come over here right at 4 inches. I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to press it down with my nail just to get a kink in there. Let me just hold that for a second. Or if you don't have nails, you can use like some, let me see what I have here. Maybe a pair of needle nose pliers. You know, that should work. But just something to get like a little bend in there. Just kind of, ooh, that's good. Okay, perfect. Don't squeeze too tight because you don't want to snap your leather. So you put your ring in. I mean, this is the part. The second part's the really important part. We're going to come back to this clip right here. Let me get it focused. Let's get, okay. So let's find that little little bend in there. Okay, so right in there, you want to bend it. And see where that bend is? You want to put that part, like, see how the clip has like a little, like a little dink dink, little, like a thing. I don't know what to call it, a mouth. So you want to just get that end lined up as best as you can, like right on the end, right there. And then the ring, let's see, do I do that right? Well, you know what? Let me do it upward. Just get it right where that bend is. And then the ring will just kind of be dangling there because you don't want to like clip the ring because this has to be like I said, precise. Oh, here's the thing that I get a lot of questions on. They're like, if this bend is at 4 inches, where does the other inch come from? Okay, the other inch that's going to make it 5 because right in here, see, this is 4, and then this part right here is the 5th one because when you slide it, that extra inch will be added back in. So that is one question that I do get a lot is where does that other inch come from? So that is it. So let me do 1, 2, come out, and then tighten this one and get this one nice and tight. Okay. So technically, if I did this right, which I hope I did, let me just straighten out my moose knot. Let me trim this side off. I'm going to do exactly the same thing and hopefully nothing shifted. I got everything here. Okay, so like I said, when you do that first one, you don't have to be as like precise. So let's do the first one just to get the knot on. So I'm going to come around 1, 2. Yeah, it's amazing like how much leather goes into the knot itself. So this one tight all the way up. I'm going to come in here and trim this. I know I don't do what I'm doing. Oh, I know I'm doing a bad thing with my my wire cutters, but they just were handy and they seem to do a really good job. So okay, so I'm going to put the ring in here. I'm going to come over, excuse me, come over here and excuse me, right there. I'm going to like get it as centered as I can. I'm squeeze it down a bit. And then with my pliers, I'm going to squeeze just a little bit, just enough to get that bend in there. And then 5.5. I think I'm going to like try to use my razor so I don't ruin my wire cutters. Okay, so let's get the other ring. Oh, where did it go? Did I lose my ring? Do you guys see my other ring? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's get this one on. And let's find that bend right there. Okay, so I'm going to squish it. And then I'm going to try to get it right where that, let's see. Is that in there? Like, right there. I can't even see anymore. What is, like, I kid you not. I mean, my eyes are pretty strong, but I can't even see that. Then did I lose my ring? Yes, I did. Where'd it go? It left me. Where did it, did you guys, I'm sure one of you saw where it went, but you know what? I'll just grab another one. Let me grab my rings here. Uh-huh. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to put the ring in. And let's see if they came out exactly the same size. So I'm going to come in here and 1, 2, hold it, and okay. All right, fingers crossed. Okay, so if I tighten this all the way, if my instructions were good, these two should be exactly the same length. Okay, so let's check it out. Let me get this out, put this here, and perfect. There's the ring. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh, I guess I could just cut that off. Did you guys see that ring on there? I swear I did not see it. What on earth? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna like cut this off. I looked for that. All right. So that is the those are the tricks. The making sure that your clip doesn't move, and also that both of the ends are exactly, the same like diameter. Okay, so now for the middle part. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did here. Let me, I'm going to use the beads from here because I was going to redo this one anyway. So I'm going to cut this, which is really too bad because I liked the way it was looking until like until the bail like just kind of went, it just kind of like slumped down. I was so bummed out. Okay, so let's get our black. I'll use black or should I use brown? You know what? I think I'm going to use the brown leather just so you guys can see it a little bit better. So let's see. Oh yeah, so let's put this on with a moose knot. Step number 1, let's get our 5.5 inches. And this one, it doesn't have to be like like crazy precise like the other one. So this one is a little bit, let me change flips here. Okay. Let's get this one on. Moose knot again. Let me get my, that's where they keep going. You know, I have pegs and I'm like, where are they going? I guess they're going under the board. Okay, so moose knot. 1, 2, and get that in. Okay, so this one's going to be interesting, and I think I think I've shown this before. Okay, so we're going to tighten this one all the way, like about like that. Okay, but towards the end, we don't want to glue it yet because we'll have to adjust that side. So this one's going to be 5, and then I'm going to get my 5.5 for the knot that I'm going to make at the end. So I'm going to string the beads on. So one thing that always helps is if you cut your cord like at an angle. So let's get that kind of trimmed at an angle. And I think I put a 7 on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. And that's the cool thing. It doesn't take that many beads. So that was really good. So let me do this, because I really want to do the other project as well, this bracelet. Okay, so let's get that one on. Let's see, do I got 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more. Do I got 7? Or do I have 7? You know what? I'm going to trim this part off right here. Should I? Yeah, I think I'll wait till the end. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm going to put my pendant on with the big bail, and then I'm going to string on the other 7. So here's 1, 2. You know, I was thinking it could have been the beads that maybe had small. No. Because sometimes when I think, well, why didn't the leather fit? That's probably exactly why. Because sometimes I think maybe the bead hole size was different, but I think it was not. Okay, so here's this one and this one. Okay, so now we need this side here. We're going to put that in. And now we need to make another knot on this side. So let me see if I can remember how I did that. I think I did this like as close to here as I could. Let's see. Okay, so on this one, I have I think I left like a little bit of space, about like that, with this ring on the other side, because when I make the knot, I want it to like be as close as possible. 2, 3, and then I'm gonna come in just like that. Okay. This is where things can get a little bit tricky. So you want to make sure that you have to kind of squeeze and pull. This might be helpful to have your peg right here. And you want to like do this and then pull and then squeeze it and pull. Okay, so this one just so happened to miraculously like just do what it's supposed to. But if you're like doing this and the gaps are still too big, one thing which was going to be my trick, but I guess this decided to just do it. I don't know why or how. Just take either like a tapered knotting awl and just put it like into the hole. And then what that's going to do, it's going to push the knots closer together, which is going to tighten the this the part in the middle. So you just kind of like get it in there and see how nice and like it's just so like boom. And then what you do is you take your GS Hypo Cement and write it. Let me see if I can get this focused. Why is this? Oh, wrong one. So right in there is where you want to put your glue. And one thing that I recommend is like, especially if you need to get it in the end, just use like very fresh GS Hypo Cement, because I've noticed that, I don't know, it's really weird. Because the newer it is, when it dries, it's clearer. But I've noticed that if I have a tube of it, it's kind of old, but it's still like sticky. When I put the glue on and then it dries, it just has like a white, like a look to it. I don't know why that is, but just a fresh tube will like fix the problem. Okay, let's see. Oh, this stuff. Oh, there it comes. I mean, the instruction says don't squeeze the tube, but you know what? I'm a squeezer. Oh my God, but I'm not going to squeeze it this time. Ooh, just right there. See that? Beautiful. And see, when you put the glue right in there, after it dries, it's not going to budge. Oh, perfect. Ooh. Let's do this one. And then I would definitely hit all the other knots. Oh God, look at that. Now, this is like a miracle. Hang on, guys. Let me like stay in focus. Ooh, nice. Be pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so I'm going to get some right in there. Just a dab. Sometimes just a little bit is all you need to like hold that knot. Wowzer. Check it out. And then you do the other two, and then you just let them dry. And then after it's dried, I would just leave it alone until it's dry, and then trim off the excess. But I know this is okay, this stuff. I don't have okay. Okay, I know you got to do this quick. 1, 2, 3. Wait, hang on. Because that stuff starts to like go out like crazy. Okay, I'm going to do it like boom. Got it. Yay. So that is how, and plus you get an interesting look if you have this part nice and like really tight like this, because that way when you wear the necklace, it just has like a different, it's not so like floppy, it just has more like a stick look. So that's really cool. Check that out. And of course I'll trim all the excess off. And this one, I think I'll make it adjustable, since the other two I made with like clasps and rings. This one's going to be cool. I'm going to make this one adjustable. But you guys have seen like tons of the different shows where I show like how to make adjustable. Or even if you want, you can add a clasp with a jump ring. So if you want to come in and just like add the clasp using a jump ring, that would be like ideal, because that way you'll at least know that these two sides are exactly even. Because when I did that other one, this one here, one side was longer than the other, and I knew exactly why, and that's because this part here is a lot thicker than this one here. Anyway, so that is those are my tips and tricks for this style. It's so pretty. I really love carnelian, but I'm going to put that one aside, because now we are going to switch over to, let's see, where's our bracelet? Oh, I don't know what happened to my picture, but it's okay. I'll just show it to you right here. Beautiful. This one, oh, it is, okay. I didn't look at my cheat notes. I'm just going to leave it on. Okay, let's do this. All right. Let me clear all this away. Let me get my board. I am going to, I'm going to put a clip. Oh, no. I got to like start it off first. Okay, I'm going to get the brown and black. I'm going to make another one just like this. And this one was just too easy. Okay, just literally like, this is how easy it is. Just go 2 lengths of your board. Go 1 and 2. Okay, and cut. And then on the black one, it's 1, 2, and then add 5.5 inches, or no, add 6 inches. Okay. Because we are going to be connecting the clasp with a moose knot, and moose knot takes up leather. Okay, so let's get this away from here. Let's get this over here. And you guys have these. These were on the show a few shows back. Really nice stainless steel clasps. So I'm going to get this one in here, and I'm going to center them. Nice and centered. And then this one, I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to just line that up with these guys here. So this side here should be 6 inches longer. See that? So we're going to be making our moose knot. So you just take all these guys, and let's just get this in a clip. And take that long strand, all strands to the back, and take that long one and make a moose knot. Isn't the moose knot just fantastic? You could put like, there's just so many variations of like things that you can do. It's just like cool. So I'm going to go 1, 2, should I do 4, 3? Nah, I'll just do my standard 3. So nice, 1, 2, 3. Come through here. And this is like I know I've shown this a lot, but it's just like I think there's no better way to like tie cords together than, you know, just feed one through and then tie a moose knot over all of them, because the brown one is just in there, but it doesn't have like the knot going through. So let's pull this, and then you just you grab the black one, because that's the one that actually you could just like pull the 2 brown ones and slide that part, and then you just pull the other side of the black one, and then there you have it. You have your 4 cords connected, and with a beautiful moose knot. Oh, and the ends one will be a little bit longer, but you know what? That's okay. That's all right. No problem there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna. What I mostly used the board for on this one was just to hold it and measure it. You know what? I'm going to measure this one because I want to make it exactly the same. And these measurements, by the way, guys, will make like a 6 to 7 inch. This one is without the hardware. This one ended up being like about 6.5. But remember that hardware adds to the length, and so does the thickness. I mean, if it was really, really thin, I mean, that I've talked about that, but that's a whole nother like thing in itself. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, I didn't review my notes. I just wanted to see how easy this was to do. Okay, so you know what? I think I'm going to switch over to a small board. Do I have a small board around here? And I do not. You know what? I'll just stick with the big one. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. And you'll need this towards the end, along with some wax jewelry cord in the 0.5. Okay. Let me move this. Okay, so if I remember correctly, it was like under and over. Like, so you take the right side and you just, it's like that pea thing. I think it's just, I don't know, I think we've done this before. This feels so familiar, but I think it just looks different because we're using 2 strands of like leather on each side. I swear to God, this looks like something that I've done. Over. Okay. Okay, and then grab this one, and then you do the same thing. You come over, like under, under and then over. And the important thing is to keep the your 2 strands of leather aligned. Like, don't let them like overlap. And see how this one here is a little bit longer? Just kind of like pull on one and then the other. Okay. And then if you get confused, you could, it's real easy because, you know, if you just like look at it, you could tell which one you need to do, which is this one. So this one is under and over. Okay, and wait a minute, just keep these from, yeah, see how I'm just keeping them like, you know what I'm saying, right? From like folding over each other. So I'm just keeping my eyes on that. Okay, so there's, okay, now this one's going to be like under and over. Pretty easy, huh? It was so easy. I was like, like just shocked. So this one's under and over. I even made one for a friend of mine. I did it with a 1.5 millimeter leather in red, and I made it a double wrap, and it looked really nice. Too bad I don't have a picture of it. Okay, so you got to keep your eye. See that? You just make sure that none of these are like folding on themselves. Okay. Okay, now under and over. Perfect. Just keep, yeah, just keep those. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay. I think I'm going to speed it up a little bit. It's just, that's basically it. Under and over. But of course, keeping your eyes, uh-oh. No, 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 no. I did that one wrong. Okay. This feels like that one that I did, the before and after. It probably is, but God, it's just amazing how it just looks so different because you're using like two strands of leather. It's kind of like when like, okay, let's see, something went wrong here. There we go. Like when I do the braiding, it just I mean, you just add that extra like strand of leather to each of the sides, and it just looks so dramatically different. And there was a, okay, let's, if the one side doesn't look tight enough, you just grab it and just tighten it. Okay, so now this one, the brown. Pretty easy, huh? I think this is pretty easy. Actually, I think this is probably one of the easiest ones I've ever done. Besides the multi-strand, that's pretty easy, but okay, tighten it. Let's make sure they're like nice and, wait a minute. Wait, I'm gonna do that one over because I am not happy. Wait, let's get straighten out. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, now the black. That one, maybe, well, an interesting thing about this one I'll show you in a minute, which kind of really helped like equalize things. This one, it has a little bit of stretch to it. Like after you make it, it's kind of like has some spring action, which I think is pretty cool. So let me hold it, tighten, and then this one is under and over. And this, I know that I mentioned this because I said it was the leather that I'm using, but if you came in late, I'm using the 2 millimeter leather from Leather Cord USA. Beautiful, beautiful. Like it just feels good. It looks good. I like this a lot. It just makes it so manageable. This is a good. Let's see. I'm trying to concentrate and talk at the same time. Okay, so get that one down. And then this one comes over. So it's just basically, like I said, under and over. Okay, so, okay, let's straighten that one out. Okay, pull a little bit. then something doesn't look right. So hang on, that black one doesn't. Okay, there. Okay. Okay, now black. Straighten that. I think that's the most important thing, like when you're doing the weaving part, is just to make sure that that they don't like overlap. So let me. Okay, so there. Now the brown. Okay, tighten, and then the black over and under. Okay. And see how it stretches a little bit? That's pretty cool. I should have done this one a little bit tighter, but that's okay. Oh, am I making it too long? You know what? I want to make it the same length as this one. So I think that's good. Okay. And I'm going to take this out. And you don't need to do anything special on the ends here, just to put it through a ring. So I'm going to use this ring. 8mm ring or bigger, because I tried, I thought, oh, I'll use like a tiny ring, but it didn't work. So now this is where I'm going to be using my macrame binding knot. So I'm going to get this and put, only because it kind of bugs me. I'm just going to trim these because let's cut this is one dull razor. So I'm going to put these through here and fold all this. And the distance, probably, I'm going to guess about maybe 1/3 to 1/2 inch. So I'm going to fold all these over each other. And I'm going to clip this here. I'm going to clip this here to hold it. And then I'm going to get another, the clips, since the clips were too like big to hold this, I just put like I just used two separate clips. So I just put one like about here. Let's get that one in. Well, get this one here, and then another one. I need another clip. Let's stick that there and hold this. Okay, so right in here. Perfect. Okay, guys, we are going to need like a good amount of this stuff, because because we got a lot of leather here. Everything's like folded over, but one thing that will really help hold it is the GS Hypo Cement. So I'm going to take some of my 0.5mm polyester cord that's waxed, very important, because that wax really helps it stick. So let me get, this is so dull. Look. Okay, so here, is that enough? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I know I shouldn't do this, but I do it anyway. The GS Hypo Cement, well, it's not going to come out as fast as I would like it to, and they say don't squeeze the tube. But I need glue. I'm going to do the bad thing. I don't care. What's the bad thing? You guys know what the bad thing is, right? Let me see. This drives me nuts. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I just like stab the. Now I'll try to be nice this time. I'll just like stab it from the bottom. I don't care. When a girl needs glue, a girl needs glue, right? So I'm gonna start putting a bunch of like this GS Hypo Cement right. Well, come on out, wherever you are. There we go. Okay, let's get that in there. Very, very generous with the glue. I'm just gonna get it all in the inside. And no, no, do not use super glue. Ugh, you talk about a sticky, horrid mess. Mm-mm. This one it dries slower, but it'll be a really like nice, good bond. So I'm just gonna get that all in there. The bottom sides, just poke some in, right in there. Perfect. And this, it it'll dry. You know, it kind of self heals, and then because you know I've like poked 1,000 holes in this one, and eh, it didn't last any like shorter. You know what? I don't feel comfortable with this length. I think I'm gonna do a longer one because I'm gonna do like the double macrame where I macrame and then come back over it. Let's do this. All right. Let me lock that in and let's get started. I mean, usually when you do the first, hang on, let's make sure it's even. Very important because you don't want like, oh my, how many times like that happened to you guys where you do your macrame and then one side ends up so much longer than the other? Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and right below, I'm just gonna like tighten it. I'm gonna hold it, but it's going to like spring apart because that's what it does. But when you do that second one, it's going to really crank it down. So there's number 2. See that? Nice and tight. So I'm just going to keep macrameing until I get to the base of that, base of the knot. And let me tell you, this wax cord, along with the GS Hypo Cement, rock solid finish. I mean, it will not come apart for anything because the GS Hypo Cement is waterproof, and it's just fantastic. It's become one of my favorite glues. I mean, I struggle with, you know, it's like the way it comes out, but I've learned to like live with it. Okay, so the bottom, now top. And yes, I am going to turn it over and get this. Whoa. Wait. Hang on, I've got some stuff. A lot of stuff under the board. No, 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 no. Okay. All right. So I'm going to come back and macrame over the macrame because that makes it like extra, extra, extra strong. Okay, beautiful. I think on this one I'll just go like I'm gonna go all the way to the end because this I mean the more strands that you're working with at any given time, the more I mean every bit of tight is going to help. And that's why I always use the when I'm doing like a macrame binding knot, especially on like leather like this, I like to use the 0.5. I mean, you can use the 0.9 and like more of like I don't know. Like I know I've got like lessons where I use like the 0.5. Okay, so let me come in here, tighten this, and with a thread zap, I am going to like melt the ends into like little balls. Then tap it down, and then this side. I'll take this off. Let's get this side. Perfect. All right, let's see what we have. Wasn't that easy? That was just too easy. Perfect. And then, I mean, if you want, I mean, you don't have to, but one thing that you can do is take a Sharpie and just like hit the ends here to hide you know, the light colors of the leather. But oh, there you have it. Ooh, let's put it on. Let me get a scrap of thread. Let me get this on here. Hold it. Ooh. Hang on. Okay, come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, perfect. Oh, how cool is that? Look at that. Wasn't that like the fastest, easiest thing you ever saw me do? Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Anyway, I think that's it for today's show. I just wanted to show you like the precision on these this necklace here. I'm going to trim these off because I think the glue has like done its thing. And so these beads, just so you know, they are large hole, and they didn't fit on the gray, but they did fit on the brown and the black. And anyway, the leather, beautiful, beautiful colors of the antique brown. Oh, I cannot wait to make something with this color because it's so pretty. And you could tell, of course, I used like all my black. And let's see. Oh, and you know, I was going to use, I did a project using these, the spacer beads. I did actually, what I did on one of my examples, which I don't know what happened to it, I used these, like, to connect both of these. Instead of using like a jump ring, I used these guys here, and it turned out really nice. So anyway, so those are the projects for today's show. I can't believe I was able to do a double feature and I have 3 minutes left. And I think it's because I didn't do the customer show, which is going to resume next week. And so anything that you guys have sent in the past like 3 weeks, going to be a beautiful and wonderful show. So if you make anything, send it in. I can't wait to see it because it will be on next week's customer show. Anyway, guys, that is it. Awesome, cool bracelet. Cool tips and tricks here. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And you know what? If you have a friend and you want to have some fun with your friend, get them a Knotty-Do-It-All. I just love getting together with a couple of my friends, and we just like make jewelry. I mean, we just have such a good time. I mean, it's just crazy. We make such a big mess. I love it. We have beads and thread and just everything everywhere. You know, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and then we're like sharing ideas. So it's honestly, it really is a lot of fun. Anyway, I will see you guys next week. Cheerio, and be safe. Bye.